Hello, Robert. How are you? Hope all is well. Let me know that you can hear me okay. I'm just finishing sending off notifications that we are live. All right. Turn my music down just a tad. Cool, Robert can hear me. All right, we're going to do part 2 of yesterday's show because we had gotten derailed by some technical difficulties. You're watching the continuation of Lightning Rod Collectibles Live, episode number 462. Oh wait, we've got somebody else. Hello, Douglas. How are you? Hope Rodney can join us. Rodney, so far, had won one item before our technical difficulties derailed us. He won Origin 2, number 1. He won this book for $14, which is the first issue of Chapter 2. I consider all of the Origin 4-issue miniseries Chapter 1. Origin 2 is Chapter 2 of the origin of the boy, the little mutant boy named James Howlett, who would become Wolverine. And this is a variant cover on it by Scotty Young. Cool cover. So congratulations go out to Rodney. I'm hoping Rodney will catch us because I know I saw him online. And he can continue how he started. But I am going to give you guys an overview of what we've got. And then we will go into books in detail. We have, and you guys definitely are going to have to let me know which items you want me to see first. You want me to pull up first. And then we will go from there. So instead of going with these first, let's go with the stuff that I haven't put up on the wall just yet. And you can tell me what you want to see. We have things like let me make sure you can see that. That's the New Mutants, Volume 1. Number 2. The New Mutants, Volume 1, Number 2. That is a claim item. You know, we have our auctions and we have our claims. This is a claim. I will not reveal what the claim is yet. I want you to see everything first, because this is going to be an abbreviated show. I'm going to go see Black Adam tonight, and when I'm on the next show, I will tell you guys what I thought of it. So this features appearances by the Sentinels and Sebastian Shaw of the Hellfire Club. So this is going to be a claim. Then we're going to have this one. Issue number 192 of The Walking Dead. This is a key issue. It features the death of the main hero throughout the entire series, Rick Grimes. Rick Grimes dies and turns into a walker this issue. So this has got a variant cover. It is called the Rick Grimes Memorial cover, as rendered by Charlie Adler. We got a first issue, Nubia and the Amazons. Nubia is the new queen of I didn't pronounce that right. Themyscira, which is the home of the Amazon. She is the new queen. Hippolyta, Wonder Woman's mother, has set aside the throne and put it in her hands, into Nubia's hands. So an exciting new era for DC Comics' Amazons starts with this issue. We've got a classic issue of DC's Tarzan, written and drawn by Joe Kubert. That's Tarzan issue number 236. So we've got that coming up. The Spirit, an awesome magazine from Warren Publications, issue number 3, with all stories written and drawn by Will Eisner. And that cover has been colored by the great Richard Corbin. So that's coming up. We've got Swamp Thing, Volume 1, Number 7. This issue is a key issue. It features the first meeting between Swamp Thing and the Batman. Cool issue. Bernie Wrightson cover. Bernie Wrightson art on the inside. We have Tomb of Dracula, number 38. Featuring the villainous Dr. Sun. This is probably the scariest of all of Marvel's Bronze Age horror comics. The Tomb of Dracula by Marv Wolfman, Gene Colan, and Tom Palmer. We just lost Tom Palmer a few weeks ago. All the great ones are leaving us. A rematch between Moon Knight and Werewolf by Night in the pages of Moon Knight number 30. Moon Knight Volume 1, number 30. Awesome artwork by Bill Sienkiewicz. So you will see these books. Plus, you'll see this. This is Iron Man number 200. Commemorative issue, key issue. Of course, much of the plot of the first Robert Downey Jr. film for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Iron Man, much of the plot was taken from this storyline, and especially the ending from this particular issue. In the course of this storyline, Tony Stark lost his company, Stark International, to Obadiah Stane. And this issue, they have a knockdown, drag-out fight to the finish with Tony in his new Iron Man armor and Obadiah Stane donning the armor known as the Ironmonger. Great, great issue. So we've got this coming up. We've got a classic issue of Marvel Team Up. Marvel Team Up Volume 1, Number 16, Spider-Man and Captain Marvel. The Kree superhero teams with Spider-Man against the menace of the Basilisk. First appearance of the Basilisk. So that's coming up. We have an awesome collectible from DC Comics. The DC Chess Collection. That is a chess piece that has, with all of DC Comics' chess pieces, are patterned after some of their major characters. This would be the Black Pawn. It is Deadshot from the Suicide Squad. And it comes with an accompanying magazine, 16-page magazine, featuring the history of Deadshot in DC Comics continuity, plus even some tips on how to play him as a chess piece. So this is a cool thing that's coming up. And how about this is coming up? Captain Action. Maybe you're old enough to remember the toy in the 1960s and early 70s. Captain Action. He was an action figure patterned kind of like G.I. Joe. He came with various costumes and masks where he could disguise himself as other characters. And other known characters such as Captain America and Batman and Superman and Thor. This is the final issue of the Captain Action series, issue number 5. And it's drawn by Gil Kane. Here's another key issue coming your way in a few minutes. This is Rocket Raccoon number 1, first issue of a 4-issue miniseries. 4-issue miniseries as drawn by Mike Mignola. This is pre-Hellboy, everybody. This is the second, no. It's either the second or the third appearance of Rocket Raccoon. Rocket Raccoon first appeared in the pages of The Incredible Hulk. So that's coming up. Marvel Spotlight, Volume 2, Number 1, featuring Captain Marvel as appeared, or has drawn rather, by Pat Broderick. This is a variant issue. If you notice, it's got a printing error on the cover. The issue number is missing. So this one is worth a little bit more. Cool issue. He's got Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man, number 128. The Amazing Spider-Man number 128. Second appearance of the third Vulture. There was not one, not two, but 3 characters named the Vulture in Spider-Man continuity. Great John Romita Sr. cover. Superman, Silver Age, number 168, key issue. This story was not the original story planned for this issue. Originally, it was going to be a story in which Superman meets President John F. Kennedy. That story got postponed. In fact, at the time, DC Comics did not know or did not believe that they would ever be able to publish the story. Why? Because just as the story was ready to go to press, the news broke out that President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas on that fateful day in November of 1963. So they immediately shelved the story. Didn't think it would ever see the light of day. And in this issue, the letters page has been preempted, and in its place is an editorial with a preview of artwork of Superman meeting President Kennedy. And in the editorial, Julius Schwartz, he explained why the story did not see print this issue. Actually, not only is this issue a key issue and collector's item, but 2 issues later, issue number 170 is even more of a collector's item, because the story that was supposed to be for this issue, the President Kennedy story, actually saw print 2 issues later, in issue 170, at the behest of the former vice president and new president at that time, Lyndon Baines Johnson. And Lyndon Johnson contacted DC Comics and urged them to please print that story. And so they did. That's actually a cool story. Also, I just have to adjust my mic. There we go. Got slightly uncomfortable for a second. Now it's better. Also, you'll see this one. We'll actually start with this one. We're going to start right now with this one. You guys still with me? All right. Here we have definite collector's item and key issue. The first appearance of ROM Space Knight. ROM Space Knight number 1. First appearance of ROM and the Space Knights and their mortal enemies, the Dire Wraiths. Story by Bill Mantlo. Art by Sal Buscema. The cover is by Frank Miller and Joseph Rubinstein. This is from December of 1979. The grade range is 7.5, very fine minus, to 8.0, very fine condition. This is a claim. Claim it, and it is yours for $30. Buy it now, $30 for ROM Space Knight number 1 from Marvel Comics. Did you ever get the toy, the ROM action figure when it first came out? It is awesome. It is very much a collector's item now. So what's happening with you today, Robert? What's the good word? Robert just ordered a small pizza for dinner. Yum. What do you like on your pizza? And by the way, while I'm waiting for that answer, let me ask you, Robert, uh, did you want or did you have an interest in any of the books that I just previewed? Sausage mushroom. Ooh, that's good. I very much like mushrooms. Sometimes sausage. Sometimes I like chopped onions on my pizza. Definitely extra cheese. I like it gooey. Not a fan of onions. That's okay. I'm glad you didn't say like pineapple or anything like that because I would have given you a what for. right, I will be back momentarily. I'm going to see what the dogs are barking about. I'll be right back. You are watching Lightning Rod Collectibles Live. All right, my friends. We're about to move on. Okay. This is a Silver Age claim from DC Comics. Silver Age DC Comics claim item. Superman, Volume 1, number 168. Superman, Volume 1, number 168. Silver Age Superman, number 168 from Volume 1. A couple of stories in this issue. Stories are by Edmund Hamilton and Leo Dorfman. The art is by Kurt Swan and George Klein and Al Plastino. The cover is by Kurt Swan, inked by George Klein. This is a key issue. What makes it a key issue is that this is not the original story that was planned for this issue. This issue has preempted its letters page. And in the letters page's place is an editorial paying tribute to the death of President John F. Kennedy. And the reason why they did that was because the original story planned for this issue was to have Superman meet President Kennedy in the story. And the story was about to go to press at the time the news broke in late November of 1963 that while riding in a motorcade in Dallas, President Kennedy was shot to death. Piece of history, my friends. I wish I had number 170, which 2 issues later, where the story that was originally planned for this issue actually saw print in 170. And DC didn't think it was going to print at all. But at the behest of President Lyndon Baines Johnson, who was vice president at the time that Kennedy was assassinated, urged DC to print that story. This came out in April of 1968. 64, rather, I'm sorry. April of 1964. The grade range is between 3.5, very good minus, to 4.0, very good condition. This is a claim. Claim this book and it is yours for $20. Buy it now, $20. Okay, Robert's going to get his pizza. All right, we're going to move on to our next book. Anything that has not sold or has not been claimed is still available. All right, my friends. Got a new book up. It's The Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 1, number 128. All right, who's with us? Is it Robert and Douglas? Please identify yourselves. Let me know that you're back. And if it's somebody else, please say hi and identify yourself so I may greet you properly. All right. We're going to talk a little bit about this Spider-Man issue. Number 128. It is a claim item. Bronze Age Marvel. And Robert is back. There you are. The story is by Jerry Conway. And Jerry Conway doesn't make his living with comics anymore. He is a prolific television screenwriter. In fact, if you look back over the years, you'll see his name attached to many episodes of Law and Order. Not a bad place to jump from comics, I would say. So Jerry Conway is the writer. And there it is in the feed. The art is by Ross Andru, with inks by Frank Giacoia, with an ink assist by Dave Hunt. The cover is by John Romita Sr., probably one of the best Spider-Man artists of all time. Key issue. It is the second appearance, I think the first full appearance, of the Vulture 3. The third character to adapt the name and look of the Vulture, Dr. Clifton Shallot, which is an interesting last name. Isn't a shallot an onion? This issue also happens to be the fourth consecutive issue drawn by Ross Andru. He took over from Gil Kane. And Gil Kane took over drawing the book from John Romita Sr. This came out in January 1974. Oh, what is going on? I must see what the dogs are doing. I will be right back. You're watching Lightning Rod Collectibles Live. Sorry, the doggies were running amok. January 1974 is when this issue came out. The grade range is between 6.0, fine condition. It says 5 minus, but it should say 5. So it should say fine. So that's my mistake. Fine condition, 6.0 to 6.5, fine plus condition. The buy it now on this book is $50. Claim it and it is yours for $50. I'm showing one person on right now. Is that Robert or Douglas? All right, we've got 2 people on. I think it's Robert and Douglas. Robert, of everything I've shown so far, did you have any interest in anything? And if Doug, if you would like to see what the preview was, I can show you. Not off the top of my head. You want to see them again? Okay. I'm going to do something I haven't done in a while. We're going to play a little game called Make Me an Offer. Now I'm going to show you what I've got in this stack I have out. And if you're interested in any of them, you will make me an offer. And I'm going to go through them. You will stop me when you see something that you want to make an offer on. This is Showcase number 97. Featuring Power Girl from the Justice Society of America. And this is the first solo adventure of Power Girl. Now let me see something 1 minute. Now, I can tell you a little bit about this issue. I just pulled up my notes on it. This is from February 1978. Story is by Paul Levitz. Art and cover by Joe Staton and Joe Orlando. Joe Orlando was one of my favorite instructors in college at the School of Visual Arts. First solo appearance of Power Girl. The grade range is 5.0, very good, fine, to 5.5, fine minus condition. Then we have Howard the Duck, Volume 1, number 9. Howard the Duck, Volume 1, number 9. Well, I don't have my notes on that one, I don't think. Yes, I do. This is number 9 from Volume 1. First appearance of Le Beaver. The story is by Steve Gerber. The art and cover are by Gene Colan, with inks by Steve Lealoha. This is from February 1977. The grade range is 7.5, very fine minus, to 8.0, very fine. Make me an offer. Then we have this one. This is Daredevil, number 146. Volume 1, number 146. Featuring an appearance by Bullseye. Covers by Gil Kane and Dave Cockrum. Make me an offer. We have Adventure Comics, Volume 1, number 433. One of the great stories of the Spectre. Stories are by Michael Fleischer and Steve Skeets. Steve Skeets wrote the backup story, which is the 7th and final installment in the serialized Captain Fear adventure. The art is by Jim Aparo on the Spectre and Alex Nino on Captain Fear. The cover is by Jim Aparo. This is from May-June 1974. The grade range is 5.5, fine minus, to 6.0, fine condition. Make me an offer. We have giant-sized Captain Marvel. This is giant-sized Captain Marvel number 1. This is from December of 1975. The grade range is 6.0, fine condition, to 6.5, fine plus condition. The story is by Roy Thomas. There's 3 adventures, 3 reprinted adventures. The art is by Gil Kane and Dan Adkins. The cover is by Ron Wilson and Frank Giacoia. Featuring reprints from Captain Marvel Volume 1, numbers 17, 20, and 21. Issue 17, Captain America and Bucky guest star. Rick Jones as Bucky. And issues 20 and 21 reprints feature Captain Marvel versus the Hulk. Make me an offer. We have the Tarzan Annual from 1977. Jungle Tales of Tarzan. The story is originally written by Edgar Rice Burroughs and adapted for comics by Roy Thomas. The art is by John Buscema and Steve Gann. The cover is by John Buscema. From January 1977. The grade range on this is 8.0, very fine, to 8.5, very fine, plus condition. Make me an offer. Bronze Age Marvel claim. How about this one? This is the Avengers. Volume 1, number 239. This is actually number 239B. It is the direct edition copy. During what Marvel called at that time Associate Editors Month, Assistant Editors Month. Story is by Roger Stern. The art and the cover are by Al Milgrom and Joe Sinnott. This features the first appearance of David Letterman in comics. From January 1984, the grade range is 9.6 near mint plus to 9.8 near mint condition. Not seeing anything yet, Robert? Oops. Looks like it's time to pull these off. All right, this is Green Lantern, Volume 2, excuse me, number 82, with art by Neil Adams and Dick Giordano, with an inking assist by Bernie Wrightson. The cover is by Neil Adams. The story inside is by Denny O'Neil. Number 83, I'm sorry, not 82. This is 83. From April, May of 1971. .0 fine, very fine, to 7.5, very fine minus. Make me an offer. Not yet. Okay. All right, let's speed this up just a little bit. The New Teen Titans number 26, Volume 1. The Incredible Hulk, Volume 2, number 148. The New Teen Titans, Volume 1, number 28. First costumed appearance of Terra. Detective Comics, number 443. Conclusion of the Manhunter storyline. Featuring art by Jim Aparo and Walt Simonson. Plus stories of Robin, the Spectre, the Creeper, and the original Green Lantern. Omega the Unknown, number 1. Great Bronze Age book. More New Teen Titans. Volume 1, number 10, The Return of Deathstroke. Rom Space Knight number 12 versus the Jack of Hearts. Vigilante number 3 versus Cyborg of the Teen Titans. Alpha Flight number 1, written and drawn by John Byrne. Introducing the villainous Tundra. Warlock number 5. Warlock fights the Doctor Doom of Counter-Earth. The giant-sized issue, Superman number 232. This is a special all Krypton issue. The Incredible Hulk number 173. Appearance by the Cobalt Man. Iron Man, the Invincible Iron Man number 110. Jack of Hearts guest stars. Spider-Woman versus the Brothers Grimm, issue number 3, volume 1. Swamp Thing number 9. Great Bernie Wrightson cover. Luke Cage, Hero for Hire, volume 1, number 4. We've got The Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 1, number 363, featuring the story, the conclusion of the story that first introduced Carnage. So Carnage and Venom guest star. Issue number 102 of Jerry Lewis. Believe it or not, that art is by Neil Adams. Alien number 2 from Marvel, variant cover. By Philip Kennedy Johnson and Salvador Larroca. Predator, number 1, variant copy. Featuring a Predator versus the Marvel Universe cover. You notice that's Iron Man's head in his hand. Second issue of Predator. Written by Ed Brisson, with art by Kev Walker, and the cover by Lenil Yu. Savage Avengers, Volume 2, number 5. And it's signed by the writer. This issue is significant in the sense that it is the last appearance of Conan, not only in the pages of Savage Avengers, but in all of Marvel. because Marvel no longer has the rights to publish Conan. And we're starting to run out of books for today's show. You would get the set of this. 4 issues. A Superman for All Seasons. Superman for All Seasons. By Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale, who we lost earlier this year. That's issue number 1. Number 2. Number 3. And number 4. We have Mighty Morphin, number 1. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, like Boom's Studios. And speaking of Mighty Morphin, we have a cool dual pin set. These are collectible enamel pins. This one is of the White Tiger, the White Ranger rather, and the Tiger Zoid, the White Tiger Zoid, which is the vehicle that the White Ranger runs. And then we have one X-Men slab, Uncanny X-Men. Am I going to be able to get all of this on the screen? Not all of it. Okay, now we got it all. This is a 9.0 CGC certified copy of the Uncanny X-Men number 142 from February 1981, featuring the conclusion of the Days of Future Past storyline. All of the alternate future X-Men die in this issue. That's all right, dude. Well, the only thing I have left are the Black Panther collectible popcorn tins, popcorn tubs rather, and cup. And we have a drinking cup from the Batman movie from earlier this year. And the Funko, the accompanying Funko Pop bobblehead figure of Batman from that same film. If you like, I can bring those out. Other than that, that's pretty much it for today's show. All right then, my friend. I'm going to end the show, and I'll work on what our new show will be next time. I want to thank you, everybody, for watching, everybody for joining us. You have been watching Lightning Rod Collectibles Live, episode number 462. We are the purveyors of fine pop culture ephemera. Be sure to join us next time. We can't do shows like this without you, so thank you so much. Your patronage is greatly appreciated. Please like, share, follow, and subscribe on our Facebook and our YouTube simulcast broadcasts. So good to see you guys. Thanks again.